Alrighty, folks, I am so pumped for today. Let's dive into it, shall we? Alrighty. How's everybody doing? Hello, and welcome back to Adobe Live. My name is VooDoo Val, and I'm going to be your host and designer today for creating some pretty cool holiday-inspired GIFs and things that you can use on your social media. And I'm real quick going to make sure that my voice is not going to come in through the video player. Yep, there it is. All right. You can't get through a live stream without hearing your own voice in the background at least once. I see Clever Devlin in the chat, CJ, Cody, Jack, Sean, welcome in. It's good to see you. Oliver, Valdair, the other Val. We're about to have a Highlander moment. Lisa, welcome in. It is so good to see you. Bruce, hello. Anna Davis Court, thank you so much for chiming in with the holiday shout outs. I appreciate it. It is so good to see all of you folks. Thank you so much for joining either over on Behance. I also see that Karmer is over on the YouTube channel. It is great to have you guys. And as I said, we're going to be working on some animated GIFs and things. So I have created a bunch of illustrations to celebrate the holiday season. No matter what kind of holiday you are celebrating, we're gonna do some Christmas themed stuff today. We're gonna also do some Kwanzaa, some Hanukkah, and Yuletide themed stuff today. And by the end of it, you will all have a lot of really awesome assets that you can use on social media. What's better than one VooDoo Val? Two VooDoo Vals? That seems a little destructive. That seems like too much magic. But I'm gonna pop over here and show you guys what I mean. So let me head over here. Yeah, so I have created a bunch of illustrations. As you can see, we have a little poinsettia flower, we've got a jolly, a holly, we have our Yule log for the Yuletide, we've got a dreidel in honor of Hanukkah, a Kwanzaa piece, a Merry Christmas piece, some jingle bells, and a Happy Holidays illustration. Now in the link below in the description, you guys have access to all of these illustrations. So if you would like to use any of these to post on social medias of your choice, to make a wonderful announcement for the holidays to your friends, family, followers, any of that, you have permission to use these for that purpose. And I am now going to animate some of these so you folks can check out what it would be like if you added them to your social media. And I actually posted one today, which you can see here. I'm gonna snag my my Instagram and go to my story. So I created a little Instagram story with my jolly here, which was pretty fun to do. And I'm going to do that to all of them, and we're also going to illustrate a season's greetings version as well, because we want to do one more, so we have a total of 10, and if you check back on the link will be updated with the animations later today, so you can check those out and use those as well. So hello everyone, just popping by to say hi as I am off to a meeting. All right, Joshua, enjoy your meeting, or don't. Get done with your meeting and come back and say hello to us. George, hello. Happy holidays to you as well. Christmas colors, yes indeed, but I wanted to do some other colors that were more suited to the other holidays and things. So there are a lot of Christmas colors here, but especially this center is colors that I typically don't associate with Christmas, and so that was really fun to be able to do this. So the first thing we're going to do is let's create a season's greetings illustration. So I'm going to go through how I did these, and you folks can follow along if you'd like to create your very own illustrations. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off our showcase and come into our season's greetings sketch. So I wanted to do one of these like old-timey Christmas shapes, and I know that it looks like an O, but I honestly don't really mind. In fact, if you're going to be illustrating along with me today, I suggest choosing a letter maybe, but we want to put it into, let me kind of open my my file here, my group. I kind of want to put it in the background here, and then do a little season's greetings note across it. And we're gonna see how good my cursive writing is, because we're gonna do a little bit of hand lettering here, which I'm kind of excited about. And I do have this draft created, but I'm gonna show you how I kind of put that O together, shall we? So I'm just gonna hit T on my keyboard to bring in my, my type tool, and I'm going to do a capital O, and I'm going to find a font that I love for this. So let me Control T. And you can size your letter if you're going to be using a letter for this. You could also just draw a shape if you prefer, but I think that it's really easy just to get in here and find a font that has a beautiful O, and go along with that. So let me actually make sure that we can see this, because I want to be able to kind of preview as we're going, and my panel kind of covers that. So let's go ahead and look through. I have a couple that I'd like to try, because Pheno's not so bad. Mason Serif is interesting because it has, like if we go to bold, it has that thicker side kind of raised and then lowered on the varying sides, so that's kind of cool. Mason, by the way, for all of my gamers at home who are going to be using any time off or holiday leave this season to play video games, this is actually either the exact font from the Diablo games or very, very similar. So there's a fun little Easter egg for you. If that's the kind of artwork and stuff you like, you can do some pretty cool stuff with that font. We could also do something, this one's not so bad. We can also do a Draw and Serif is kind of cool. I might honestly go with Amador is pretty cool. We could do something neat with that. I kind of want to keep it simple though. Let's keep it simple. Let's just go ahead and go with what was that? Mason. Let's go with Mason, because the bold version is actually pretty cool. We do have like kind of a thick and thin going on there, and that is good enough for me. Forget cursive, my print is terrible. That's okay, that's okay. Josie, welcome in, it's good to see you. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody in here. Dr. Who, hello, welcome in Andrew and Merrick, it's good to see you guys. All right, so I'm going to just make this larger, and we are going to kind of center this in the middle of our canvas, and we're going to do some quick tricks to kind of create our very own version of this, which looks like a 3D piece. So I'm going to duplicate that, and we're going to color the top one. I'm thinking maybe like a light green. A light green could be interesting, something like this, and we might alter it as we go, but then we'll click on this bottom one and Control T or Command T if you're working on a Mac, and we will just start bumping this down and forward, because this is just going to create a nice 3D kind of version of this for us, which I think is pretty cool. And then I'm going to group these. And I'm just selecting both of these by holding Control, and then I'm going to Control G to group, and I'm going to call this O, just so I know what that is. And we're going to make this just slightly larger, and we'll throw that right in there, kind of center it. Awesome. All right, and now we're going to get into some sketchiness. I think that this is probably one of my most favorite steps in this process, because I get to just kind of let my imagination run wild. So I'm gonna snag a brush, like my Blocko brush is a brush that I love to use because it's like very sharp, very hard, but it also has a little bit of texture to it, as you can see. So it just allows me to do a little scribble. And what I'm gonna do is kind of give myself a little curve here. I do have smoothing on, so definitely turn smoothing on as you move through this step, if that's something that you are interested in doing. And I'm gonna do like a little circle here, and I think it would be cute if we kind of turned these into little branches, yeah? So we get like some little branches there, and we can duplicate this for the other side. So we're really just gonna focus on creating this graphic on this side. And we'll do like maybe some dots kind of ascending and descending like so, which I think is pretty cute. We could even do like some little tiny petals there. And I think that this is one of those things that I have seen growing up when it comes to like holiday type stuff, like really creating something that has that like that vibe of the old kind of claymation like snowman animations. Did you guys ever watch those shows? Like they came on cable TV every so often, and they were really cute. Are you drawing this with a clipboard? How do you mean, Narek? Do you mean like a stylus? Because I am working on a Cintiq right now, so I do have a tablet that allows me to see my artwork right in front of me. However, you guys will notice that I look forward while I'm working very often, and that is because I do also have my art region up on my screen because I'm live streaming right now. So I have like the view of what my work looks like in the overlays and stuff. So I kind of look back and forth as I work, but I do have a screen in front of me where I'm drawing directly on the screen. Okay, that is pretty cute. So let's go ahead, let's zoom out. I'm just gonna kind of recenter this just a tiny bit. I think that looks good. And I think that we can duplicate this. So let's Control J and Control T to transform. And I'm just gonna flip this and we're going to center it over here. Yeah, pretty cute. And that's just going to be our sketch to kind of hold our place. And I'm going to turn this on a lower opacity, and now we're going to really start to hammer this home and make this look lovely. Now, again, just as I'm doing with my major pieces of my shape here, my O, and just like if I come through and hide and kind of look through a lot of these other pieces, or we can just turn the showcase on, you'll notice that a lot of these are chunky shapes, the kind of style I've gone for. I've created a lot of big chunky shapes here, which I have painted texture inside of, and that's our goal for today. So as you make your way, if you're going to be illustrating your own custom piece, don't worry too much if you're gonna go for the same style as me. Don't worry too much about creating something that is like perfectly ornate, because we're gonna give this a lot of texture by using a large texture brush scribbled inside of each shape. So I'm going to just go ahead and kind of create this shape here, make it more solid, do a little final version of it. And then once we, just to give you guys kind of a peek into the future, once we get everything organized and stuff, we're gonna dive into Adobe Express. And we're gonna take a peek at all of the different ways that you can create an animation with this. We're gonna be exporting some custom MP4s, some videos and things that you can use on social media, but we are also gonna dive into the GIF maker, which is incredibly easy to use in Adobe Express. And honestly, it is one of the features that has come with Express that has changed a lot of stuff for me. I think the addition of a lot of Adobe's newer tools that include bits of and bobs of animation has really been a game changer for me personally. And I'd love to know if all of you have had the same experience with the ability to animate in Fresco, to still have access to the animation timeline in Photoshop, and with the animation and GIF making in Express. I feel like I am doing more animation than ever before. Have you guys had that experience? Do you guys use animation more often now, or maybe like have you gotten into animation when you weren't doing it at all before? Natalia's is very cute, very cute. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad you think so. Yes, and don't forget to sign up for our sweepstakes because there are some actual physical prizes that you can win this week. And speaking of the week of design, even though we are coming to kind of the end of our holiday week, we do have actually a lot of really awesome things still coming up for today. So I'm going to pop over here and just give you a little peek. We did do some wonderful wrapping paper design in Photoshop with Anna Daviscourt earlier, which was a fabulous stream. Anna, if you're still around, I just adored the designs. We are working on animated GIFs in Photoshop with me currently, and then we're going to have Chris Blackstock on afterwards doing a coloring book, which I believe you can win. We're going to be making 3D cookies with Wes McDermott after that, and then Cody Bear is going to be here to close out the day redrawing old artwork, and let me tell you, you do not want to miss that segment with Cody. It's going to be absolutely fabulous. So let's pop back over to our stream. All right, so we have these cute little designs here, and I think that like this top one has more separation, but I don't know that I really mind that, to be perfectly honest. I kind of like it. I'm gonna go ahead and freehand a circle, even though technically I could use my shape tool, because I just really like, you know, our O, because we're using a font instead of creating custom shapes for our shape in the background, it's already going to be really perfect. And I know for a fact that my cursive is not going to be perfect when I really get down to doing the lettering for this piece. So I'm going to kind of play to that as a strength rather than a weakness. And I'm going to purposely add moments in this piece that are not picture perfect. You know, give it a little bit of a handmade feel so that when I come in with other elements, they don't feel out of place. And I think it'll actually make it look a lot cozier for it, if that makes sense. I think it'll definitely look cozier. Let's do a little design bloop here, a little design bloop here, and then we're gonna duplicate this. Great stream. Everyone's happy to see you, VooDoo Val. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm really glad to be able to do these. We do these holiday specials every year. And more, you know, every time we do it, there's so many new faces and so many great new projects that people are doing for them. So whenever I get an opportunity to be included, it always feels great. But I hope that you folks have enjoyed the week so far, because like I said, there were a lot of new faces for our holiday celebration this year, and there were also a lot of kind of return OG Adobe live streamers who came to show us a little something new. So yeah, I hope it's been fun for you guys. All right, that looks good to me. The last thing I'm gonna do is make a new layer, and I am going to grab this light green. And I'm going to draw kind of an outline of the shape. Let me rotate. You'll also notice, like, quick tip, I am rotating my canvas with R as I go through this. And the reason why is because while I can draw, I think that's obvious and evident to anyone who's seen a stream, I can't always draw the proper strokes exactly the way I want them from certain angles, you know, because my hand is going to be going like this as I'm drawing, but I can't always do like a perfectly smooth, nice line from certain angles. So I like to rotate my canvas just to give myself the opportunity to paint whatever I'm going for from the angle that feels most comfortable with my wrist and my hand. I feel most comfortable drawing from left to right in a sweeping motion. So sometimes I will rotate the canvas to make everything that way, if that makes sense. And then here, I'm gonna do a little something like this. I think that's actually super cute. Just a little something, you know? I think that's adorable. I might actually make that shorter or thinner so that we can get a little more detail in there. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better. Just to make these really look like, you know, little pieces of this instead of droplets, which, I mean, if you want yours to be droplets, yours can be droplets. I think that's fine. I just don't want mine to be droplets. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, there we go. That's kind of cute. I like it. We might change the color as we go through this, but I think that works for now. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna group this together. Control G. I'm going to Control J to duplicate it, and then I'm going to Control T to warp this around. I'm just gonna rotate that, and I'm gonna throw that right over there so we have a more solidified design. I'm gonna use my arrow keys to kind of move it. Boom. Booyah. Let's go ahead and hide our sketch. That is pretty darn cute, but we need a little more definition and design in the actual shape of it, and then we're gonna throw in some texture. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna actually just delete my sketch, and I'm going to let's rasterize. Yeah, let's rasterize the type for these because we're using these as shapes. And I think actually I was going to add more detail, but let's go ahead and add our texture and then add detailed lines over the top of it just so we can really get into that. So how do I add texture? I have a brush that I love, love, love to use. It is a Kyle T. Webster brush. It is called Vinyl Scraper, and it is what I used to create this texture in every single one of these pieces. It is a massive favorite of mine, and you folks have probably seen me use it in a lot of work that I've posted on Instagram. A lot of the, actually all of the Animal Crossing work I did, I used the vinyl scraping brush, and it is a lot of fun. So we're going to kind of come in here. We're going to lock the transparency on our bottom O there, and we are going to, I'm going to hit B on my keyboard, and I'm going to scroll through and find Vinyl Scraper. If you want to have the Vinyl Scraper brush, so you're using the exact same brush as me, all you have to do is go to, I believe actually we can go right here. Yeah, get more brushes, which will open up all of the brushes that Adobe offers with Kyle T. Webster, and you will be able to find that in the Keith Haring brush pack. Okay, so I'm going to sample this green color, and I'm going to, actually it seems like it's more of a blue. I'm going to select a color that's just slightly brighter, okay, just slightly brighter than that, and literally I am going to do some scraping, okay? And we're just gonna make this a little more 3D, right? And what I'm keeping in mind here as I try to create this effect is that if the light is coming down, then we're gonna catch some brighter tones here, and we're gonna catch some brighter tones here, and then it's gonna fade to darkness that way. And we'll kind of come in here and mix in a little bit more of our darker blue, and that looks pretty cool. We can even come in, if we sample this color, we can even come in with a darker color, put a little bit of dark just underneath that edge and just right there, just to kind of bring it out of our background a little bit more. And we can come here and do the same thing to our top O. So I'm gonna lock that transparency with my little lock here. It looks like a little checkerboard or a chessboard icon there. And I'm going to sample this light green color, and we're gonna grab something that's a little bit brighter, and let's add a little bit of pizzazz to this. Maybe sample some of our mid green, and then grab something a little bit darker, maybe not that dark. I don't want it crazy dark. I just want it like just under there, so there's a little bit of differentiation. I like it, I like it, I like it. And we're gonna do the same thing to our design elements here. And we have two of these. I'm actually going to ungroup and ungroup, and I'm going to merge these two together so that both of our larger pieces there are on the same layer, and I'm gonna merge our detail layers as well. So we'll lock this one, and I feel like we can try doing a different color with this. So we have like a red background, which I think contrasts nice with our blue and our green. So let's maybe sample this, this cranberry color and grab ourselves a lighter version of it. I wonder what it would look like if we did something like this. I kind of like it, honestly. I kind of like it. We can even try something brighter to get some little details. I think maybe though it looks like you can see through it, so maybe that's not the best thing. Maybe we try like orange. We could try something like that. Yeah, and then let's do like a goldish color. It contrasts, it kind of vibrates pretty hard against that green. But maybe that's all right. Maybe if we grab like a darker version of it as well and kind of throw a little bit of that in and then really change the detail color. Let's try that. This is also a very satisfying time for experimentation when it comes to mixing colors and stuff. So have fun with this, you know? Let's grab our blue. Maybe. I think it looks more like black. So let's grab that lighter blue. And let's grab an even brighter blue. That could be interesting. I think we're gonna go with yellow though. Let's go with like a gold. I think that is nice. Very, very nice. Okay, very cool. We could do more to it, you know. How much time do we have left? We have like, well, actually we've got a half hour. We have a half an hour. Maybe we'll do a little bit more. We'll see about it. Feel free to call out some ideas in the chat as well, because I would love to take some ideas from you folks as well. For colors we might try. Keep in mind, we need to make sure that we have colors that are going to be different from whatever we choose for the season's greeting text as well. So, because we don't want it to, we want to make sure that our text is super readable when I add that detail. So for now, I will move on while you guys maybe deliberate on some interesting colors. And I'm going to come back to my Blocko brush, and I'm going to grab this blue color. And I am maybe going to, can I add? Yeah, I could do this. Hold on, I'm gonna hold shift and I'm gonna see what it's like if we add some lines here. And I just have drawn like 3 lines. Let me make sure that this is clipped. I'm going to merge that down, duplicate that, make sure that is also clipped, clipping mask, and bring this down. Boom. I'm not being too picky, you know, I don't want to be too terribly picky about the spacing on this. I don't think I need to be picky about it, but I want to add some like cool line designs, and I just want to get these in here. That's kind of working for me, but let's do one more. Let's do one right there. Boom. Let's merge these. If it will merge for me. Let me make sure this one is clipped. That's probably what it is. Boom. All right, cool. So now they're all clipped. And I think I'm going to bump that outward and like kind of rotate it around. So there's like this interesting little design going on here. I like that. Kind of cool. Just to add a little something something. And then let's also, on another clipping mask, let's add a little design of like even brighter blue. So let's snag that color and let's grab a brighter blue. And I just want to go in like a ring around the edge of this. Yeah? would look prettier in pink, forest green, dare I say peach fuzz. You guys are getting creative with the color titles, but honestly, that's one of the fun parts of designing, isn't it? I think I see a lot of projects that like have their colors listed, but those colors, like their titles are like funny things they picked for their clients. They're not actually the titles of those colors, and it cracks me up. All right, there we go. Little blue, and we can also, if we want to, we can duplicate this. We can clip this. We can paint bucket a darker color into this, bring that underneath, and then we can transform and give it a lip so that it looks like it is, you know, kind of sticks out. And then let's turn that on a lower opacity, so it's like a little shadow. Boom. Honestly, I think that looks good. And we could do even more here. Like I could come in with like some of this green if I wanted, and I could like, honestly, maybe we'll do this. I'm just holding shift from the corner of all of these, and I could bring these lines down to really like hit home that 3D effect if I wanted to. That's kind of cool, right? Really, it's personal preference, like whatever you think would be interesting to do, I think you should do it. And maybe not at that angle that I did. Maybe that's not a great angle. Maybe it should be something more like this, like kind of sideways, you know. But, you know, there's a lot of stuff you can do. That would be actually pretty darn cool for this. So experiment with a little bit of design, but let's actually do our lettering. Let me go redo. Let's actually do our lettering real quick. So let's group, this is our O, boom, and we've got our Season's Greetings sketch in here. Moment of truth. We're gonna see if Val can still write in cursive well. I am going to grab white, and I'm gonna make myself just some guides real quick. So I'm gonna do like this and like this, and I'm going to free transform these, and I'm gonna go to distort, and I'm gonna bring this up like so, and I kind of want to line these up with my lines for my piece, you know, so they're like kind of aligned properly. We'll throw that right there, you know, and we're gonna write Season's Greetings right across there, which I think will be pretty cute. And I'm just gonna turn that down. In fact, actually, I don't really want to center this. I want it to be lower because I want the words to be like right here. And if I use those as guides, it's gonna need to be lower. Okay, drum roll. Let's see how we do. I'm gonna write it. Let's go ahead and write it also in white, just so I can make sure I see it. And I'm gonna turn smoothing on just a tiny bit. Uh-oh. Did I do it? It's not bad. I think I need a different brush. Okay, we're gonna try a different brush. I think I want the letters to be bigger and bolder too, so let's try it again. That's honestly not a bad try. I don't think it was a bad try. Never seen such a beautiful letter O in my life. I'm glad that you feel that way. Okay, let's do, honestly, let's do a regular hard round pressure brush. This is a basic brush that you all have access to in Photoshop. So let's do, yeah, let's do this. Let's do this for sure. Because we can put like, you know, all kinds of stuff in it. Okay, here we go. No, I need that S to be like this. That's, Let me get a better smoothing. Okay, here we go. Let me turn my brush down. You guys are watching me, so I don't know. Good enough. Good enough for me. I honestly think it might have been better the first time. But I'm gonna try. Do we care? I tried. We could also do this in Adobe Express with a font, so we might do that. I promise sometimes I nail it. Sometimes I do. Sometimes it takes me like one try and I'm like, boom. And I go. And then sometimes it's like, do I know cursive? And this happens. And I hope that this is a relatable moment for you guys. But anyways, we do have this really wonderful illustration. So I think we'll bring this into Express and do it this way. So this is how I'm going to do this. We're gonna jump into doing some animation because we've got like, what, 20 minutes left hereabouts. So in that 20 minutes, we're gonna create some really cool GIFs and things. So we're gonna animate a bunch of these, okay? We're gonna animate multiple things. And one thing that I wanna give you guys as like a tip for this is something that I learned by accident when it came to animating and doing cool things like this in Adobe Express. And that is when I started importing my files, my Photoshop files to Express, it only shows active layers of whatever you can see in the file. Like whatever files, whatever layers are active in your Photoshop files is what it will add as a layer in Express. So this is how we're gonna do this, which is actually very, it's gonna save you a lot of time when you work this way in Express. So I want the background of this showing. I'm gonna make sure all of these things are hidden. I want the background of our piece here showing, and I want our O showing only. That is all I want to show, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and, let's not convert this to a smart object. Let's leave everything raster. I'm gonna save this, and it's saved as holidaygifs.psd on my computer. And I am going to real quick open up, I think I have actually a window for Express open already. Yes, I do. So we're gonna open up Express, and I'm gonna come over here to start from your contents, and we're going to, let's come over to, do I have, let me navigate through here so that you guys don't see all of my secret files. Sith Holocron, Adobe, Holiday Special 2023. Boom, okay. There's where it is. So let's go ahead and open Holiday GIFs. You see, only the background in that O was visible. So that's the icon that it shows when I go into Adobe Express. Yeah. And then once it's done loading this for us and we can see everything that it's gonna have ready, you will be able to work with just these. So that whole file has all 10 of those pieces all grouped nice and neat. But when we open here, because that's all we had visible, we should have, yeah, just the pieces of our animation that we could see, which was very, very useful. And we did have that thing grouped, so they're all separate. If I had merged them, it would only be just the one O, which I think what I'd like to do is actually group all of these. Can I group all of them? I want to group. Can I group? Yeah, let's group. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to really select all the teensy tiny pieces of this. So I'm gonna hold Shift and snag all of these. Or like this, and then I'm gonna hold and unclick this. Let's just group that, and then I'm going to delete or pull this right out. Can I pull this out? We'll delete it. Boom. All right, so we have our group, and then I will add a background. Let's change our background color. Let's do a custom red, something that is a little more cranberry. I like, that works for me. Beautiful. All right, so we have our O, and we have our background, and I'm going to make this a little bit smaller, and we are going to throw an animation on this. So we are gonna go, actually we're gonna do some cool behind the scenes Val stuff, and I'm going to so that you guys can see everything I'm doing. So we're gonna come over here to the animation, and I think that we're going to just do a loop. So we could do breathe, we could do flicker. I don't think flicker's gonna be, I don't think pulse, I don't think yo-yo, maybe wiggle. It's kind of cool because like the style we've gone through is like almost like paper cutout, you know? So wiggle could be interesting, just like, that's kind of cool. Maybe it would be better if we did something like Bob though, because Bob is a lot smoother. It's a lot, yeah, I like Bob. And let's also add some text. Let's add our text, and let's say, seasons, greetings, and let's do a dynamic lockup. Oh, we could do circle, arch. We could do those, but the thing is that like we don't have a perfect circle here, so maybe not. Let's do like a dynamic thing here, and let's bump it. This is kind of cute. Let's find a good font for it. Yeah. Let's say that we want, I guess it has some interesting fonts recommended, but I would rather find like a nice script. We're not using the Pokemon font for this for sure. That is not happening. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-doop-doop. What do you guys think? Do you have any font suggestions? Bellow? This is all in caps, so let me change that. Oh, Bellow is just a caps font. Don't like that. That's a no from me. Let's try, we definitely need Comic Papyrus. Cody, you're banned. You're banned. You're banned, Cody. Nice try. Maybe next time. I feel whenever somebody mentions Comic Papyrus, I feel like Alex Lazarus is gonna jump out of a bush and say, "Gotcha!" Like, the letters you drew looked prettier. Thank you, Narek. I appreciate that. That actually makes me feel great. I was a little self-conscious about that, as I sometimes am when I stream. But hey, that's the joys of streaming. Is that sometimes, what is this? I don't think that goes. Maybe I do need to do some lettering. We could maybe do some lettering. Okay, but we won't do it now because I don't want to run out of time too much. But we do have a little animation here. Let's try one of our other GIFs. Okay, let's kind of go back to our main page, and let's try one of our other ones. Let's pull up our Photoshop, one where we don't have to do hand lettering. We'll close seasons greetings. Let's do the Yule log. Let's do the Yule log. How much time do we have left? Oh, we're fine. We're fine. We'll do Yule log. I've got a flame layer here that we are going to separate real quick. So let's do layer via, oh, not there. Let's make sure we have our flame selected. Let's do layer via cut. And what that means is everything that's within my selection, I'm going to cut it out of the current layer, And I'm going to, why am I off to the side? There we go. I'm going to cut it out of the current layer and I'm going to paste it. It just automatically makes its own layer with it. So you can see now we have these all on a separate layer, which is really awesome. We have our log separated, we have our flames separated, we have our moon separated, and all that good stuff. And let's go ahead and make sure nothing else is visible. It's just our Yule. Let's go ahead and save. And let's come back to Adobe Express. Adobe Express, and let's go, same file, holiday GIFs, okay? But now, because the Yule log is the only thing that's visible, that is what it shows in the preview. So if you have a big file and you have a bunch of different stuff that you want to animate or do something with or create templates out of, make social promos with it, all you have to do really is just have it all grouped in that one PSD, and you can just hide those things, resave the file, and open it this way numerous times and always have exactly what you need. Okay, so I've got all my layers over here. Now let's go ahead and do this. Let's do a rise animation in, do we do drift? Yeah. Let's do a rise. And then let's do drift on our moon. Animation, in, drift, boom. We are going to edit timeline just so we can see everything here. Let's show layer timing. And we want definitely for this moon not to come in yet. We want there to be a few seconds. Let's also make this longer. Let's make this closer to 10 seconds long, like a 10-second GIF. And I definitely want the log to come in first, then the moon comes in a little afterward. Okay, how long is the log animation? Boom. Yeah, that's good. And then let's have all of our flames not come in until later. So there's the first one, and they're gonna light up. Okay, so once they're all there, that's about when everything is there. We'll have that first one come in then. I think this is our, no, this is our second one. Our second one will come in then, and our third one will come in then. And let's do an animation for all of these. Let's come over here and say we want this to animate in. Let's pop. Can we do that? No, we'll have it grow in. And then flicker. We'll do that for all of them. We'll have it grow in and flicker. And then the next one we'll have this grow in and flicker. I think this is going to be really cool. Let's go ahead and bring that down. Okay, you guys ready? Let's see just how cool this looks. Oops, I didn't want to move that. Okay. Yeah, that's so cool. Oh, did I accidentally Control Z on our last animation? Let's make sure we added that. That is pretty cool. Okay, let's make sure it grows in and flickers. Okay, that's what I accidentally Control Z'd. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, we have our animation. Let me go ahead and zoom out to like 25 just so we can really see it. Let's preview this one more time. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's really cute. That's super, super cute. Okay, so we have this, and now we need to make a GIF. We've got about 6 minutes left, so I'm gonna go through how to export animations, how to create GIFs and things, and how to use them on social media if you want to use them. Now, you could create any ratio of this. My illustrations were done in square format, so creating a square animation honestly is pretty all right, you know. I could do this on an Instagram post. I could do this on Twitter if I wanted, or X if I wanted to. I could do this in a lot of different places with Square Post, but you know, you have that resize functionality within Adobe Express. So technically, if we wanted to, we could resize this to like an Instagram story. And it does kind of move everything around, but once you reorient all of your stuff, you would have something that is like an Instagram story thing that you could do. And then all you have to do is hit the download button and it'll give you options. You can download a PNG, a JPEG, a PDF, or an MP4 video, which is great. So we can grab our video, and it'll start your download, and then you can come in with the MP4. Like if you're not gonna just use the MP4, you could, if you wanted to, you could animate an entire little Christmas or holiday themed story if you wanted to, really, and export that as a video, pop that on YouTube, pop that on as a reel on Instagram. But if you want to make a GIF specifically, you can use the Adobe Express GIF maker, or GIF converter. So now I have that downloaded, which is really convenient, and I can come over here to my main page, and you can see if we come down here to the suggested quick actions, there's a bunch of stuff available to us, and we can say convert to GIF, and it just opens this quick little thing for us here. And I'm going to navigate actually to my downloads because that's where it went, and we will say holiday GIFs 2. And you can see it has this for us. And one thing that I want to point out, folks, I have tested this GIF maker out several times. You can make GIFs out of like full-blown like clips of movies and all kinds of like that kind of quality, like live action quality, not just animations and things that you've illustrated. It makes very high quality GIFs, surprisingly high quality GIFs. So no more of that going to those strange websites that allow you to upload an MP4 and create like a really terrible quality GIF so you can post GIFs to your friends, only to realize that the only way you get a non-pixelated version of it is if you pay them an exorbitant amount of money. Just come to Adobe Express. Make great GIFs for yourself, by yourself, without going through all of the hubbub and trouble. And then to give you an idea, after you kind of download your little GIF here, you can upload this to social media. So I actually email it to myself, or I add them all to a Dropbox. That's my personal process for this. And I'm going to show you an example of what I did earlier today with my holiday GIFs, because you can see I've been doing a couple of them. Did a few of them earlier today as well. And if I grab my Instagram, which I did let you peek at earlier, on my main page here, I created a little long form version of the Jolly one. So I put it down at the bottom and I made myself a template for Instagram stories. So you guys can decorate and export a GIF like this that's super high quality, and then leave yourself some room to post text and whatever, all of my little watch here link I have and everything, so that you can talk to your followers via Instagram stories. You could also do the same thing with YouTube shorts. If you want to create some cool YouTube short backgrounds that are animated, that would be really cool as well. You can create reels that have little decorative pieces in the background. You could also, because there is the green screen mode on the back, you could make your background of your GIF the green screen green, and then just chroma key it out and put that little animation anywhere you want on any of your reels as well, which would be really, really cool. What's your Instagram? I want to follow. I am at VooDoo Val on Instagram, and I will drop a link for you in the chat. Let me pop right over there. And I think we are unfortunately running out of time, which is kind of crazy. It feels wild. Oh, thank you. Cody, I appreciate it. We do have just a few moments before I have to take off, so I want to say thank you all so much for watching me. I hope that you enjoyed this stream. I hope this gives you a lot of really awesome ideas for what you can do over the holiday season as far as illustration and animation. Again, that link down below in the description is going to have all of the images, like these static images for all of the different pieces that you saw in my file today, and it will be updated with some really cool animations that you can start using to post for the holiday season, which we worked on today, including the season's greetings. And I will take your suggestion, chat, and I will go back to my own personal hand lettering, which I think will be really cool. Please stay tuned, because we do have Chris Blackstock coming up after me painting a coloring book, which is going to be pretty cool. Don't forget to enter the holiday sweepstakes right up there above the chat pod, and I will see you after the holiday season. Adios, folks.